All right, welcome back to the show, everybody. Hope you all are having a good day so far. So this actually just popped up on my feed this morning, and I want to watch it and I want to react to it. It's going to be a little bit of a shorter one, but I've got a longer one planned for the After Dark, but it's 5 minutes, but I really want to watch this, you guys. This is titled Michael Jordan Interviewed Dr. J, 1996 All-Star Game. So at the All-Star Game in 96, when Jordan made his historic comeback and was basically in the middle of the greatest season of all time, which is going to be interesting. I wonder if they even are catching wind that this might be the most the greatest season we've ever seen. To hear him talk with Dr. J, who was always one of his big mentors, I think this is going to be really cool. And we got Bob Costas here hosting the whole thing. I'm all for it, man. 1996 All-Star Weekend, Michael Jordan and Dr. J. Yeah, we're doing this. So not much else to say on the intro. I just want to see what they say. Please hit the like button, all that good stuff. It helps the video out a lot. And quick shout out to channel members. You'll see a list of them down in the description, as well as a link to this original video. And quick shout out to new channel member, Average Athlete 171. Welcome on board. I appreciate the support from everybody. I really, really do. It's been keeping me afloat. And without further ado, let's do this.
Where am I? Here I am. Two guys who've had their share of all-star moments. I should have just read this in the first place. Are Julius Erving and Michael Jordan, the two legends, MJ and Dr. J. Sat down for a chat.
Yeah, me too. I should have just started out the video with Dr. J, Michael Jordan interview 96. Let's go. That's all you need to know. Who's in? Man, now if we can get Kobe, I mean, it could have happened where Kobe later on could have been in the same room. We could have Dr. J to Michael Jordan to Kobe. Because there's a lot of passing of the torch going on here.
While you were out, did you look at your place in basketball history? Yeah, I did, and I felt very proud about it. This is a guy who came from a little town who evolved to be an important part to the history of the game of basketball, which is how anybody wants to be remembered. And then when I did choose to come back, I didn't let that be a base or a goal. I want to extend further than that. I want to get back to that level and extend it further if I could. That was part of my driving force.
Do you study pro basketball history?
Sure. I think that's the way you learn about dealing with all different types of players, dealing with the game and the expanding of the game. You brought a different attitude, a different expansion to the game. Magic, Larry, myself.
It's my opinion that today's players have trouble relating to longevity and a historical perspective about the game because of the economics. It's get in, make the money, and then get out. What's your opinion about that?
Wow, I wonder what he feels about it nowadays, because he was ahead of the time when he was worried about this. This was 30 years ago.
I agree with you. I think for years ago, the players came in after a 4-year college experience of learning how to play the game, learning more about the physical aspects of the game, but then at the same time learning the knowledge of the game. And then once you get on this level, you apply that against the best players in the world. That only improves or enhances that mental toughness or the beauty of the game, the dedication to the game, the opportunities that the game provides. Not monetarily. That so happens to be a part of the game. I got a feeling that, even today, I still have that feeling. If you didn't get paid a dime, we still play the game of basketball somewhere. So the love of the game is something that either you have or you don't. You either love the game for what it's about, not for what it provides. A lot of times I think today's athletes, they love the game for what it provides instead of what it is.
That's a good point, too, because we know Jordan. I mean, even when he was retired, how about every time he's ever retired, he's still hooping? You know, now is the first time that he says he's not playing basketball anymore, and that's just because he's too old. So like, it makes him sad, if anything, to play at this age. But he was always hooping, and he was hooping for free. So absolutely, yeah. If you love the game, you're gonna do it no matter what. I was just hooping a couple of days ago. Damn, man, my knees are shot, but. You know, it felt good to get back out there. Did I get paid for it? No. Like, you know, I don't know. To be like, I guess in my world, it would be like I only watch basketball videos when I'm getting paid for it. Like, that is so not the case. I'm watching a ton of basketball away from the channel. You love it or you don't. And it's hard to imagine a guy like Ben Simmons or, you know, something like that. DeAndre Ayton just hooping for the fun of it, you know, just like being at a gym or whatever, be like, hey, I feel like playing basketball. That sounds fun. I don't imagine they ever do that. So there's a big distinction between we're here for the opportunities and the money versus we're here because, well, we'd be hooping regardless. Might as well get paid for it, right?
Have you returned to the game that you love with an enlightened view about how things work?
Oh, before I had a very naive attitude about it. You know, the way I was perceived and the way that I must live. There's no pure, perfect human being in this world. And I think because of all the adulation that I was receiving and respect that I was getting, I wanted to live that most perfect lifestyle so that everyone could always like Michael Jordan. I try to make everybody happy, but you can't make everybody happy. That's one of the things that I've learned. My father taught me, and you advised me many times that, you know, at some point in time, you got to know when to say no. And I think coming back to the game and being away from the game and being in minor league baseball, I was able to revisit some of those stages that evolved once I was trying to get to the top. And I kind of forgot about it. And it brought the very simple things back to me as a person and to the game. It's just a game. Enjoy the game. Enjoy your life. Play the game. Be very respectful to people, but have people respect you for a human being. And don't be afraid to take. I'm with my kids, I'm with my family, I'd rather not. Mm-hmm. Be polite about it. But yet, recapture some of that realistic attitude to your life, or the humanistic side of yourself. Because you were losing, I was losing it. And I was getting so wrapped up into it that I wasn't happy with what I was trying to do and what I enjoyed the most, which is playing the game of basketball.
Mm-hmm. He said there'd never be another Elgin Baylor.
That's crazy because, you know, he got burnt out because he was giving us too much. You know, he was giving us fans way too much, and he was just letting it ruin, like basically run his life. And now we're at the point where like we're begging players to just like care a little bit about us, just care a little bit, hear us just once, you know, like play hard in the All-Star game just once, you know, like please put on a show for us just one time, you guys. Like, and it's so funny how far it's come. Yeah, Jordan got burnt out because he was giving too much. It's the contrast is insane to me.
And I came along. He said
Hold up.
Basketball. He said there'd never be another Elgin Baylor. And I came along.
Mm-hmm.
He said there'd never be another Dr. J.
Then you came along.
Who have you been sizing up for the torch passing?
If I look at the play.
Okay. I remember this. I don't remember this interview, but back then, 96, he was eyeballing G. Hill and Penny Hardaway.
Today, and who would take what either I've done.
Kobe wasn't on his radar yet.
That I've taken from you and you've taken from Elgin and expanded it even further. Hardaway is a great pick.
Penny.
Because of versatility and the things that he can do with the ball, without the ball, defensively. You know, to make his surrounding players better.
He was so good, you guys. It's one of the saddest things. When I started this channel, I'll wait for the outro. We're right there.
Everyone says Grant Hill. I think Grant Hill is very similar to you, to Scottie Pippen.
Yes.
You see the passing of the torch to the next generation, but I ain't ready to give him that yet.
Oh, there it is. Oh, man. Yeah, I like how he ended that. So he's like, yeah, well, I can see passing the torch to them, but I ain't ready yet. The irony is they both ended up with career-changing injuries during that time. So by the time Jordan was ready to pass the torch, those two were no longer options, sadly. But it's crazy to me that Not crazy. It's sad to me that when I first started this reaction channel, Penny Hardaway and Grant Hill were two among my list of like, I gotta talk about these guys, right? I gotta see who remembers these guys. And wow, man, I remember like I was getting maybe an average of like 1,000 views per video during that time, and I got like 200 for each of them, and I'm like, wow. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying like, oh, boo-hoo, the views are low. I'm saying, dude, nobody remembers. You know, like that's what that indicated to me, was like nobody cares in like 2024 or whatever. Nobody cares about Penny Hardaway or Grant Hill anymore. It was a sad revelation, because I guess like if you didn't see the first, you know, like 4 years of each of their careers, you'd have no idea. But look at this. In 1996, they impressed Michael Jordan so much that they were the two front runners as far as like who's going to receive the torch to carry on the legacy, you know, that's been bestowed upon them from the past greats. Who's going to carry that torch forward? Who gets that trust? And yeah, injuries change everything. Then a young Kobe Bryant started rising up, and the rest is history, you know. But I thought this was a cool interview because you know, one, you can tell like these guys have talked. These guys, you know, Dr. J has mentored Michael Jordan, and I love the Dr. J stories, you guys. I always like to point out when people say that, yeah, Jordan's been giving me advice, he's been teaching me this behind the scenes. Dr. J was doing that for a lot of greats too. And I mean, you know, Charles Barkley was amongst them. Shaquille O'Neal was amongst them. Like, he's been around. And I like that most of these guys that just do it in the shadows. You know, it's not a public thing, you know, or nowadays it shouldn't be over social media. It should be something private, you know, private advice to teach the next generation. You know, hey, I've been there, you know, hey, big man, that same thing happened to me. Here's how I handled it, you know, and see if that works for you. Like, that's all it takes. Hell, it's why most NBA teams up until recently always had that like old veteran, you know, who's, I'm thinking like a Bill Cartwright or trying to think of somebody recent, Haslam, you know, so somebody like a Udonis Haslam, who skill-wise he could have been out of the league about 2 to 3 years prior to his retirement, but Pat Riley wanted to keep him around because you were like a leader when it comes to just like what's accepted, what's not accepted, you know, keep the young guys on the right track so they're not making mistakes, whether it's financially or drug wise, or, you know, like having too much fun with women or whatever. Like, what, you know, don't drink too much and make an ass of yourself. Don't post this, don't post that, all that kind of stuff that's needed, that necessary mentorship. And recently, over the last maybe 2 or 3 years, I noticed that role is gone in the NBA. So, you know, I think when we see a lot of like clownish behavior from a guy like Zion or Ben Simmons or Ja Morant, you know, stuff like this, it's like, man, if they had an old mentor on that team, man, they would just be slapping them upside the head. Like, hey, young buck, what the hell are you doing? You know, you're about to ruin your career, Dumbo. You know, like, stop it. Apologize for it. Never do it again. You know, everyone needs somebody like that. Anyways, I'm out of here. I thought that was a really cool interview. Let me know what you guys thought, and we'll talk about it in the comments, all right? Guys, thank you for watching. Like the vid on the way out if you could, and subscribe if you want more content like this, and hit that bell if you want to get notified for the After Dark later tonight. All right, guys, peace out. And be water, my friends.